Beloved child of God, if this message has found you, it's no coincidence. There's a reason your path has led you here. For a long time, you have been fighting a hidden war. The battlefield was your mind, your heart, and your spirit. No one saw the fights you faced every day. No one heard the cries you released in private. You carried heavy armor while walking alone. Many people would have fallen under the weight you carried, but you kept standing. Beloved child of God, here is the greater truth. These battles were not sent to defeat you. They were sent to expose the warrior inside you. Every attack had a purpose. Every test had a mission. Now, heaven is announcing a victory over your life. The fighting season is ending. The assignment that pushed your faith and patience to the limit is complete. You survived the war because you were trained for it. What you endured was not a punishment. It was spiritual training. Every sleepless night sharpens your awareness. Every betrayal strengthens your discernment. Every delay builds endurance in your spirit. You are being prepared for a higher calling. The reward is no longer distant. It has already arrived. The battles were temporary, but the victory will last. The struggle was for a season, but the blessing will reach generations connected to you. Before we move forward, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This is not just another message, it is a confirmation meant for those who have survived spiritual warfare. If this message connects with your spirit, type 77 right now. That number represents victory after battle, new beginnings, and divine reward. We are going to break down this intensive spiritual warfare and the journey to victory into 7 clear sections. Each section focuses on a specific part of your journey, showing how the battles shaped you, prepared you, and led to your reward. This structure will help you understand the process step by step and see the purpose behind every struggle. Now let us continue, because your life story is changing. You are moving from constant warfare into a season of reward and rest. Section number 1, the battle that shaped you. Beloved chosen one, before victory is released, a fight must be faced. No calling is fulfilled without first passing through conflict. You had to walk through dark valleys before reaching higher ground. The pain you experienced did not happen by chance. Every struggle was allowed with purpose. Each attack came to awaken your strength. Every disappointment was a test of your faith. Every sleepless night was a training exercise for your spirit. God did not permit the storm to break you. He allowed it to build endurance and awaken what was already placed inside you. This fight was not only against darkness, it was a battle to remember your identity. You were fighting to reclaim your position, your authority, and your spiritual name. Before a warrior receives honor, they must prove endurance. This war was not about what you lost, it was about what you were becoming. Heaven used the battle to remove what could not go with you into the next season. The people who walked away were released for a reason. The doors that closed were sealed for protection. The opportunities that ended were not failure, they were direction changes. God was trimming your life so your foundation would grow stronger and deeper. Every trial carried a lesson. Every heartbreak sharpens your spiritual vision. It taught you to love with wisdom instead of pain. Every betrayal pushed you to rely on divine guidance instead of human understanding. Every delay trained you to wait without fear or frustration. The enemy believed the pressure would drain you. Instead, it disciplined you. You were not being punished, you were being trained. This was spiritual training for leadership, and every hardship was shaping you into a strong and steady warrior. You were sent through fire for a reason. When God lifts you higher, He wants you to carry humility, not pride. Humility is what keeps greatness alive. The battle taught you how to stand strong without needing praise, how to walk in light without chasing attention, and how to love without demanding anything in return. What you went through cleaned your heart and corrected your intentions so you would handle future blessings with wisdom instead of ego. You are no longer the person who first stepped into the fight. The war changed you. You now move with spiritual authority. Your presence carries power because pain purifies it. Your words bring healing because they come from victories you have already won. Even your silence has strength because peace now protects you like armor. The marks you carry are not signs of loss. They are proof of survival. Each scar is a record of grace that keeps you standing when everything else fails. Every tear you shed became seed for a coming harvest. Every wound opens a doorway for God's light to reach deeper into your soul. Chosen one, the battle did more than strengthen you. It softened your heart in the right way. Suffering taught you compassion. Pain taught you patience. Loneliness taught you understanding. You now carry strength with calmness, power, and peace. That balance is why heaven trusts you. You proved that no matter how intense the fight became, your faith did not collapse. You did not only survive the war, you were transformed by it. The fire that once tried to consume you now flows through you as strength. You are no longer trapped by your past. You now carry victory within you. The war shaped you, purified you, and revealed who you truly are. And now, chosen one, the same battle that tried to break you has prepared you to receive the reward heaven had written over your life from the very beginning. Section number 2. The battles no one saw. Chosen one, some of your toughest fights happened in silence. These were the battles no one noticed. You smiled in public while your spirit felt heavy in private. You supported others while quietly wondering who would stand for you. You wrestled with sadness, fear, and self-doubt during long nights of prayer spoken in the dark. These moments were not wasted pain, they were holy encounters. In those quiet wars and struggles, God was rebuilding you from the inside. The world only recognizes victories it can see, but heaven values what happens when no one is watching. Your greatest change happened in hidden places. God was not absent during those silent seasons. He was working closely and carefully. The quiet was not rejection, it was shaping. He removed false beliefs, stripped away masks, and allowed you to face your true self. The noise had to stop so clarity could rise. Distractions had to fall so your real spirit could stand. You felt invisible, but heaven was paying attention. You felt unheard, but every prayer was recorded. You felt forgotten, but you were actually protected. God hid you to keep you safe from being revealed too early. You were in a spiritual shelter, growing stronger for what comes next. If you had been exposed too soon, the pressure would have damaged what was still forming. This was not punishment, it was preservation. The loneliness you experienced was not empty, it was productive. In the quiet, your spiritual foundation grew deeper. You learned to listen for God's gentle voice instead of chasing loud opinions. You discovered that true faith is not proven in celebration, but in silence when you choose trust anyway. Those hidden battles cleaned your heart. You stopped seeking approval and started seeking purpose. You stopped trying to satisfy people and began aligning with God's direction. You stopped avoiding yourself and began reconnecting with your Creator. In that silence, your true voice emerged. It no longer spoke fear, it spoke with calm authority. Every tear you shed became nourishment for future growth. Every moment of feeling forgotten became preparation for future fruit. You learned that being hidden by God is safer than being seen too early by people. The silence was not delay, it was preparation. The pain you carried in private is about to turn into joy that will be seen by many. Chosen one, the quiet fights you faced were holy training grounds. In those moments, heaven was reshaping your heart. Your spiritual vision became sharper. You learned how to pray with confidence instead of fear. You stopped reacting out of emotion and started moving with spiritual awareness. The silence strengthens you in ways the world cannot touch. It builds faith that does not collapse, wisdom that guides your steps, and patience that endures pressure. You learned to battle with understanding instead of anger, and to stand firm without making noise. You no longer spend your strength trying to explain yourself to those who cannot understand your calling. You now know that silence carries authority. Peace has become your shield and your weapon. From those hidden wars, you have risen steadily and strongly. You no longer depend on approval. You carry insight. You no longer chase attention. Your presence speaks for you. You no longer fear being alone because you recognize separation as preparation for higher ground. Understand this clearly. Those unseen battles were not wasted. They were sacred exchanges happening away from public eyes, preparing you for blessings that will be seen. Your strength is unbreakable now because it was not formed in praise or recognition. It was forged in silence. Section number 3. Heaven has spoken. The battle has ended. Chosen one, a final decision has been released in the spiritual realm. The warfare that followed you for so long has reached its end. Heaven has examined your case and declared victory over your life. The attacks, the delays, and the forces that tried to block your path no longer have permission to remain. The judgment has been made, and you have been cleared to move forward. The cycles that repeated pain through your family line have been stopped. The invisible ties that kept you connected to lack, fear, and confusion have been cut. The battle you faced was never meaningless. It was a fight over purpose and position. The enemy was never focused on your comfort. He was threatened by your assignment. But now the ruling has been issued and the struggle has been legally ended. You stayed faithful under pressure. You stood firm through the trial. Because of that endurance, heaven has answered with justice. What once disturbed your peace can no longer reach you. What once provoked fear has lost its control. The forces that once chased you now recognize the authority you carry. A spiritual command of peace has been released over your life. The heavenly protection around you has shifted roles. It is no longer only guarding you. It is now building with you. Where disorder once ruled, growth will now take place. Where constant conflict existed, provision will begin to flow. Where uncertainty once lived, understanding will now stand. The same realm that once resisted you will now witness your rise. The war has ended. The verdict is final. And heaven is now preparing the ground for what comes next. Chosen one, you have stepped into a new spiritual territory. You are no longer fighting just to survive. You are now standing in authority. The battles that once surrounded you have ended because you have grown beyond that level of conflict. You are no longer operating on the same spiritual ground. Your environment feels lighter and calmer because heaven has moved you to a higher position. This change is not accidental. It is a clear sign of divine alignment. God has repositioned you. You will notice this shift in everyday moments. Situations that once stirred fear will no longer disturb your peace. People who once drained your strength will no longer have access to your inner life. You will wake up with renewed energy and quiet confidence. That strength is evidence that the atmosphere around you has changed. The confusion that once clouded your mind is fading. You will begin to make choices with calm certainty. Doors will open without struggle, not because of chance, but because heaven is already working ahead of you. The heavy pressure you carried for so long is being removed. What once demanded constant spiritual fighting will now be handled through wisdom and understanding. There comes a moment in every chosen life when the conflict ends. Not because opposition disappears, but because divine authority steps in. You have reached that moment. The season of non-stop spiritual unrest is finished. The heavenly forces that once defended you are now helping you build. New paths are forming. Healthy connections are being established. Resources are aligning with your purpose. This is your season of restoration. Every tear you released became a seed in the spiritual ground, and now the harvest is being released. What was taken from you is returning in greater measure. Peace, stability, direction, provision. The places where you were once rejected will now acknowledge your value. The people who questioned you will see your growth. Chosen one, you have faced enough storms to understand this truth. Calm is not weakness. Calm is the proof of victory. Section number 4, Heaven restores what was lost. Chosen one, now that the fighting has stopped, the rebuilding has begun. The same God who allowed the battle to train you is now directing peace to bring your reward. Every night you lay awake, every tear you shed in silence, and every prayer you spoke when no one was watching was seen and counted. None of it was wasted. Every painful moment became a spiritual investment. And now heaven is releasing the return with increase. You did more than endure the war. You earned the right to restoration. God noticed your faith when it was costly. He saw you turn away from temptation, reject bitterness, and continue to walk with integrity. He watched you choose love over anger, generosity over lack, and belief when logic said you should give up. That quiet faith carried great weight in the spiritual realm. You may have felt overlooked, but your reward was never forgotten. Heaven has marked blessings with your name on them, waiting for the correct moment. That moment has arrived. You are entering a sacred exchange. What was taken from you will return in a better form. Time will be restored. Relationships will be renewed or replaced. Opportunities will reappear, resources will realign, but nothing will return the same. What comes back will be stronger, purer, and prepared for your next level. You thought loss was happening, but growth was taking place. The cutting hurt, but it created room for promise. The enemy believed he weakened you, but instead he revealed where God was building strength. You have emerged wiser, deeper, and firmly rooted. Now heaven is bringing balance. Divine justice is unfolding, not through punishment, but through restoration. What once caused pain will now produce purpose. What once broke you will now help build you. Chosen one, the enemy now owes you a full repayment. Every season of pain is being transformed into a season of rapid progress. Every tear you cried in secret is becoming a source of public joy. Every betrayal that left you wounded is now preparing a breakthrough that will bring clarity and purpose. The suffering was never punishment, it was training for your platform. Here is the deeper truth. God is not only restoring what was lost, He is giving you more than you ever imagined. He is positioning divine allies, strategic partnerships, and life-changing opportunities that will expand your influence and reach. Doors that were once closed will now open on their own. Those who doubted you will witness your rise firsthand. Your story is moving from constant battle to visible testimony. The very ground that tried to destroy you will now hold the seeds of your blessings. The victory is not only for you, it will impact everyone connected to your purpose. Chosen one, your season of repayment is here. This is more than restoration, it is full redemption. You are not returning to the life you had before the war. You are stepping into the life God planned for you all along. You fought through the storm. Now it is time to receive the reward. Heaven declares it. The battle is over and your blessing has arrived. Section number 5, the crown of completion. Chosen one, there is a peace that comes only after the battle ends. It is quiet, steady, and sacred. It is the deep assurance in your spirit that says, I have made it. You have walked through storms meant to overwhelm you, yet here you are, stronger, wiser, and fully aligned with your purpose. This peace is not the absence of struggle. It is the reward for standing firm. Heaven is saying, well done, faithful warrior. You did more than survive. You grew through the trials. You endured, and in the process, you evolved. You maintained your integrity when betrayal came. You kept compassion alive when others showed cruelty. You continued to believe in light even when darkness surrounded you. That is the true mark of royalty, not in titles or wealth, but in the ability to remain faithful to your divine nature when life tempts you to harden your heart. Now heaven is placing the crown of completion upon you. This crown is not gold or jewels. It is spiritual. It is made of wisdom, humility, and grace. It carries authority that cannot be faked and presence that cannot be copied. When you enter a room, your spirit will speak before you say a word. People may not understand why they are drawn to you, but their souls will sense your journey. You are no longer the person you once were. You are now fully embodying the person God created you to be. This crown represents mastery of the spirit and completion of a long and painful process. Every wound became a doorway for revelation. Every scar became proof of resilience. Strength is no longer in fighting harder. It is in trusting deeper. The hands that once trembled in fear are now equipped to heal, build, and lead. You are living evidence that what was meant to destroy you only revealed your divine design. Your journey was not about proving yourself. It was about purifying yourself. You had to release the old identity to inherit divine authority. Certain people, places, and versions of yourself had to be left behind. The ending was not a failure. It was graduation. What looked like a loss was actually a promotion in disguise. Now, chosen one, you carry a power that commands respect, not through fear, but through peace. This is the essence of the crown of completion. It is the calm assurance that you fought your battles and fulfilled your mission. You no longer seek approval. You now attract what is meant for you. You no longer chase recognition. You radiate divine revelation. You are living proof that endurance produces true royalty. Every tear you shed became a gem in your crown. Every lonely night became a refining fire. Every rejection you faced was a divine redirect toward your destiny. The weight of this crown may be unseen, but its authority is real and undeniable. People will notice a change in you. They may not understand it, but they will feel it. The battlefield shaped your spirit, and endurance built your spiritual kingdom. You have been crowned not just for surviving storms, but for mastering your spirit through them. You carry the frequency of victory, and it is visible in your demeanor. The calm in your voice, the glow on your face, the quiet strength in your presence, all declare one truth. You have completed your season of warfare. This is your coronation. Heaven acknowledges you. The spiritual realm honors your faithfulness. You have been found faithful, and now you are being elevated to your next level. Section number 6. Divine Reward and Public Manifestation. Chosen one, the season of hiding has ended. The time of harvest is here. You have worked in silence long enough, growing through every trial, refining your spirit in solitude, and trusting God even when the path was unclear. Now the world will witness what heaven has been forming in you all along. Every battle, every loss, every delay you endure is about to make sense. Every seed of faith you planted in secret is now sprouting into visible fruit. This is not luck or coincidence. It is a divine order. The alignment you are stepping into is the result of your consistent faithfulness when no one was applauding. While others chased recognition, you pursued obedience. While others sought attention, you sought anointing. Now the spiritual equation is complete. Faith combined with endurance produces manifestation. You did not need to chase what was already assigned to you. You only needed to remain in alignment long enough for heaven's timing to meet your preparation. Chosen one, God is now rewarding your quiet obedience with public revelation. Every act of love, every tear-filled prayer, every act of forgiveness, even when it hurts, has been recorded in heaven. The same God who witnessed your pain is now declaring that your reward must be displayed. Every delay, every pause, every waiting season was gathering momentum for this unveiling. You are not stepping into recognition by chance. You are entering it by covenant, by the faithfulness you showed in secret, and by the victory you earned in spiritual warfare. Your reward will not only honor your endurance, but will also establish your authority. Every blessing that comes your way will reflect the battles you survived, the prayers you persevered through, and the strength you gained in the hidden seasons. Heaven is orchestrating a season where your name, your purpose, and your spiritual assignment will be recognized, respected, and celebrated. The invisible work is now visible, and the quiet preparation has transformed into public manifestation. This is your time, chosen one. The battlefield has ended. The harvest is here. Your faithfulness is becoming fruit, your obedience is becoming honor, and your endurance is becoming recognition. The glory you carried privately is now being displayed publicly, and heaven is ensuring that what was once hidden is now undeniable. Beloved child of God, doors that were once closed against you are now being commanded to open, not by your effort, but by the authority of heaven. God is shifting the hearts of those who once ignored or overlooked you so that they now honor your presence and purpose. The very spaces where you were rejected are being rebuilt with your name engraved in the foundation. Platforms that once dismissed your voice will soon resonate with your influence. You no longer need to knock. The doors will respond to your presence because your spiritual frequency has shifted. Financial increase is aligning with the assignment God placed on your life. Divine connections are arriving to support you in carrying your calling. Kingdom partnerships, soul-aligned collaborations, and destiny helpers are locating you in this very season. These are not coincidences, they are divinely orchestrated appointments designed to elevate your purpose. You will not need to prove your value. Your anointing will speak louder than words. These blessings are not accidental, they are a reward by assignment. The resources coming to you are not merely for comfort, they are tools for fulfillment of your calling. The wealth, visibility, and influence you are receiving are designed to help you advance the purpose God planted in your heart. You are a chosen vessel meant to impact lives and shift destinies. Heaven has now shone its spotlight upon you. This is your season of manifestation and recognition. It is the moment where heaven and earth confirm that your seasons of waiting, endurance, and faithfulness were not in vain. Those who counted you out will now witness your elevation. The same voices that doubted your destiny will see your name written in places they never expected, not as a form of revenge, but as a demonstration of divine revelation. They will understand that your rise is God's doing alone. Chosen one, this is your reward season. The promise that was hidden in the unseen is now becoming visible. The seeds you planted in tearful prayers are sprouting into joy-filled blessings. The war you fought has ended, and the celebration of victory is beginning. This is not the conclusion of your story. It is the inauguration of your reign, the start of your season of authority, influence, and divine favor. The last section, number 7, enter your season of peace and provision. Chosen one, take a deep breath. The battle is over. The season of chaos, confusion, and constant spiritual testing has ended. You no longer have to live in survival mode or brace yourself for the next attack. The atmosphere around you is shifting, from conflict to calm, from struggle to rest, from striving to receiving. You have entered your season of divine peace and provision, and heaven itself is celebrating your arrival. Every fight, heartbreak, and delay was purposeful. Every trial shaped you, not to prove your strength, but to awaken your authority in the Spirit. Now God is saying, "You have done enough. Be still and know that I am God." You are called to rest, not because the journey is complete, but because your energy is needed in creation, not combat. In this new season, your assignment is to receive. Your task is to trust. Your responsibility is to remain grateful. The same angels who once stood beside you in warfare are now walking beside you as guides, leading you into manifestation. You are no longer just surviving. You are thriving in alignment with divine rhythm. Chosen one, this season will feel different. Peace will replace places where panic once reigned. Blessings will come effortlessly, flowing naturally, because when it is from God, it does not require force. The peace you are stepping into is not ordinary, it is ordained. The rest you are entering is supernatural. The pain you endured served a purpose. The rejection you faced taught you to stand firm on your own. The waiting refined your heart and purified your intentions. You are no longer defined by what you went through, you are refined by it. This is your season to walk in divine alignment, to receive your promised increase, and to enjoy the calm that follows victory. You fought well, you endured faithfully, and now heaven is releasing the fullness of your reward. Now, provision is arriving in your life, and it is not limited to finances. God is releasing blessings that are emotional, spiritual, and relational. He is sending the right people, the right opportunities, and perfect timing to position your life for fulfillment. This is kingdom alignment. Everything in your orbit is now serving your divine assignment. You are entering a season of overflow, where peace and prosperity walk together. You will no longer chase miracles, they will follow you. Your life will become a living testimony of what happens when faith triumphs over fear and obedience rises above comfort. Chosen one, nothing and no one can stop what heaven has already decreed. The storms you endured accomplished their purpose. They removed what was temporary and made space for what is eternal. This is your divine confirmation. The battle has ended. The war is over. Your reward, your season of abundance, and your spiritual authority are now fully in motion. Here ends this message, beloved child of God. From the sections above, you now understand that you went through hidden battles for a purpose, and the war is over. God has brought you into peace, provision, and the reward prepared for you. If this prophetic message inspired you and you want more chapters or ideas for a video or thumbnail, just say, "The battle is over and I have won."